Roger on Union 121. 34, 1-2-34, come in. 4, you're in route to the battery, suspect 318 East 3rd Street. Roger, on your screen, 318 East 3rd Street. Ed, in the parking lot.
It's a new day.
Hi guys, welcome to Covert Coaching. We are successful. I'm here with Josh.
Hey guys.
And Mark.
How we doing?
This is episode 3 of Covert Coaching, and today we are talking about fear. Josh, do you want to kick us off on fear?
I would, but I'm scared.
So you did that.
Like we've done there, yeah.
But
well
so
done.
fear. Okay,
noise.
guys. Again, I don't know what that was. Everything that we do here, especially with something like fear, I can tell you what fear is to me, but what is fear to you essentially? Because my version of fear can be completely different to yours. So the way my interpretation of fear that I'm more than happy to share with you is first of all, it's not real. So fear is literally something that you create in your mind. If you've got a fear of let's say an animal, let's say a spider. I don't know why I said a spider. I used to be scared of spiders.
You used to be?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Not anymore.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah. So, was I actually scared of the spider? No. What created the fear was this image in my head of a spider just crawling all up my arm, biting me, or going into one of my ears or up my nose or something.
Now all of our listeners are scared of spiders.
But this is what I'm saying. Yeah. This was my fear.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the spider. It was this scenario
Do you
that I
know
created
you swallow
in my
about 50 spiders a year?
I'm not ready to hear that yet because it's not completely gone. But
You do.
But yeah, don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. But yes, the fear is something that you create in your head. There's different types of fear as well. So obviously, if you're in a situation where I don't know, like you've got a bear running after you or something, then
Norfolk.
that's a different that's a different type of fear. But a lot of fear is just something that we create in our head. A lot of it as well is a defense mechanism.
Exactly, yeah.
So
it had a purpose. I think it lost its purpose at some point.
It's an emotion that's there to protect you.
Yeah.
Now fear will protect you from dangerous bears and
Lions and tigers,
spiders and things like that. It's there to protect you when the situation is, in your eyes, a danger.
Yeah.
So with something like a spider, and a spider's a really easy one, and with most people that will relate back to when you were, you might have been a baby, you might have been, 2-3 years old. Someone's seen a spider and screamed.
Yeah.
So you forevermore have related spider, scary shit. Yeah.
So the scream was the bit that scared you, not the spider.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've related it. That spider must be dangerous because mum screamed. Yeah. This is and that is where from now on, every time I see a spider, I'm going to remember mum, dad, whatever, screaming, and I'm going to relate scary stuff to that spider.
This is it.
And people go through life, and this is what we were talking about in the last podcast about. It's related back to a previous situation. So every time you see the spider, you're relating that back to a memory you had where something bad happened.
Sure.
And it's not necessarily going to hurt you. It's just that's a relationship you've got with that situation. And like you're saying about this, it's not the spider; it's the situation
exactly.
that you're.
And from what you said there, this has just sort of come through. Fear is there as long as you don't deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's because it's like you said, situations like that with a scream or something, at an other than conscious level, you remember it. But when someone says, "Oh, why are you scared of spider?" I don't know, and you just switch your brain off so you don't deal with it. But when you get to a position where you ask yourself, "Okay, what is the fear? Why is it there?" Like just asking yourself these questions, you can get to the root of it, and before you know it, it could be something as little as someone reacting and it having an effect.
Mm-hmm.
And when you realise that, suddenly you look at fear in a different way.
But it's like you don't have to overcome every fear. Like I wouldn't want to necessarily jump out of a plane. I don't really like heights.
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem. I just don't go up high things.
That's a different situation, isn't it? It's you being scared of something. I mean, there's having a fear, and then there's not putting yourself in that situation through choice. Having a fear is when you find yourself in that situation not through. It's like that again. That instant emotion that comes up when you're in that situation. When you see a spider run across the floor, things you haven't got control over.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
I think to have a fear about something you're planning to do is probably taking fear to the extreme, because before you've even in the situation, you're thinking about how much fear you're going to have and what that fear is related to. It's quite deep.
Yeah, it's a very close connection to anxiety.
Yes.
So, what is the line between fear and anxiety? So, like you said, there are situations where, you wouldn't necessarily need to push yourself past the point where I'm going to jump out of the plane just because I'm scared. In terms of somebody who's dealing with a fear such as something as easy as just speaking up, scared to speak up, or scared to go for that promotion at work, for instance. What would you personally, what's your opinion, what would you say to somebody who's in that situation in terms of dealing with the fear?
It really depends. Well, first of all, I was asking why they are going for this promotional job in the first place. Are you scared because you want it, or scared because you're scared of getting it? You don't really want it. Are you going for it because you want to do it, or are you going for it because you need to do it but you're scared to get into the situation? It depends on what you're frightened of. In that situation, you might have to do it to pay the rent, pay the bill. So it depends what level your fear's at. I'm probably more fearful of not paying the mortgage than I am of doing a job you don't like. It depends where your fears are. If you're scared of rejection, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
I think you're going to every day. You end up scared of something.
Yeah.
This is a really good example of a use for timeline.
Yeah.
Timeline therapy.
And again, it's what you've said there is questioning. Okay. I said we're scared of a promotion, and again, you broke it down, which is what people, which is what I would advise anyone to do. So, is it the promotion you're scared of, or is it being rejected, or is it, getting the new job, the extra responsibility? What is your fear? And really get to the root cause of what the fear is, and you'll find out, okay, I'm not scared of the promotion, I'm scared of being told no. But then if you're not going to go for it, then you're being told no, you're telling yourself no anyway.
Yeah.
So when you can look at things from a different, from a different angle like that, Mark, so like you said about, timeline therapy, tell people, how can it help without going into too much detail of the actual process?
Just a really simple process that you can do is looking back. So 2 examples of timeline is looking at obviously now and future and past. So looking at the example of the spider running across the room and someone is screaming. If with timeline therapy, if you went back to that moment in time and you went just before it happened, and now imagine if instead of somebody screaming, they'd picked the spider up and gone, how cute's this? Yeah? Your opinion of spiders for the rest of your life will be completely different, won't they? Yeah? If that first time you'd seen a spider, somebody had picked it up and gone, oh, look at this, Rich, isn't it cute? Do you want to stroke it? Yeah? Your opinion, you'd never fear them. If you've got, going to the promotion situation, looking into the future, look into like just after you've been given the promotion, how good that feeling is inside, yeah. And so the fear of the promotion is then outweighed by how good it feels afterwards to have been promoted, and extra money and what that would give you, and all of that side of it. So with timeline, we're looking at timeline therapy, and there's more to it than that. But this is basically what we're doing. You're just looking at looking past and looking at the positive outcome and how that would make you feel, and concentrating on that feeling rather than concentrating on the fear of the rejection. So there's tools that can be used to really just change how you look at things, but back to what Josh was saying about breaking it down.
Yeah.
You break it down, find that one thing that you actually do fear. Because for a lot of people, I suppose, like you said, jumping out of an aeroplane. I don't fear jumping out of an aeroplane. I fear hitting the ground. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
that's the part. That's the bit that scares me.
Yeah.
So if I know there's a solution to that problem, then that takes away a lot of the fear. So obviously, it's far less fearful to jump out of an aeroplane when you know you've got a parachute on your back. Yeah. But then you start fearing that it's possibly not going to open.
Yeah.
So they take that bit of fear away by giving you a reserve parachute.
And this is going back to what I was saying about how it's a scenario you're creating in your head. So for you to say it's not going to open, that is going to be scary.
Yes.
But it's something that you've created in your head. There's nothing to say, it's not going to open. It's something that you're creating. So, we create these things. And as I said, we create them. Part of it is subconsciously. It's our minds. It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
So this could put you in danger. So I'm just going to put this here.
Put this idea out there.
Yeah,
so
and
you think twice about jumping out.
Yeah, our responsibility is then to say, thank you, thank you for your concern. Looking to protect me. I appreciate you, but I want to do this. So So for somebody who's in that position, they're feeling the fear. Like Mark, you've given a couple of very huge pieces that people can use in terms of a challenge. So I say challenge, but what would be good for this week?
It'd be really good if somebody next time. Okay, so during the week, there's always going to be something that comes up which makes you feel either fearful, anxious, and you can very closely relate the two, to be honest. And I think when that happens, break it down. Just sit back 2 seconds, just break it down. What is it I'm actually scared of? I mean, because there's not many people I know that have been attacked by a money spider.
Or a bear.
Or a bear in Norfolk, to be funny. But there's not many people been attacked by a money spider. So what is it you're actually fearing? So if you are scared of spiders, if you are scared of... I've got a phobia of needles, which I think I've dealt with through the work we've done when we were away a few weeks ago. I'm not going to know until I go for an injection next. But I've got
a tattoo.
I won't be going for a tattoo. But if I next time I go for injections, I will know whether or not I've got over that through using.
I was just thinking, if we get 500,000 shares on this, we get a tattoo.
Yeah, I would.
Be careful about what you say.
I would.
Yeah?
It would be the smallest tattoo you've ever seen. It'd be like
just putting
one dot.
Just putting it out there, guys.
I'm gonna have a tattoo of a freckle. Yeah.
But no, and it's
so it's. I think it's a really good step forward for people, and whether you see it as a challenge or not, just give it a go next time you're in that situation. Just break it down. Break down what is it I'm actually scared of. Am I scared of? And actually, when you sit back and you put it into reality and you break it down, I'm not scared of this, I'm not scared of that, I'm not scared of that. Sometimes you get to the end of the list and it's like, actually I'm not scared of any of it.
Yeah.
I'm scared combined is what I'm scared of, and that's what's going through my mind. There's no part of a money spider walking across that desk that should actually scare anyone. Logically, is it? I mean, no matter who you are or whatever, that should not scare anybody.
Exactly.
I completely understand people being scared of them. I completely understand phobias and things. But when you actually break it down, number one, as far as that spider's concerned, that's about a week's walk away from me. So it's going to take a while to catch up with me. Yeah. And number two,
Not Josh.
It's tiny and got absolutely no chance of ever hurting me. And when you start breaking it down like that and start breaking down what part of this scenario am I actually scared of,
This is a good point, isn't it, when you start looking at it?
Yeah, and it's 9 times out of 10 it's more of a situation than it is the actual
exactly
time.
So guys, just know that there is a reason that you are watching this video right now, whether it's yourself, whether it's someone you know, someone you care about has a fear that they don't know how to deal with. Again, tag somebody who would take value from this video, share it, because there could be somebody on your timeline, there could be wherever you're sharing it, there could be somebody who needs to see this. There could be somebody who's going for a promotion in work. There could be somebody who wants to ask the girl out on the date. Any sort of scenario where they're creating something in their head, and just watching this and just being able to break something down simply has a big impact.
And
So
if anybody wants to know more about timeline therapy, anybody that would like to talk to any one of us in particular or us as a group and learn more about that, please just get in contact. And we'd be only too pleased to advise people.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
we'd like to hear from you. If you've tried this out and broke down your fears over the next week, let us know. Inbox us on Facebook, any of the social media, and just let us know how you've overcome it. We could learn a lot from your feedback as well. We can incorporate on any future videos that we've done.
Exactly. If there is a topic that you want us to cover, then let us know. We're more than happy to go more in depth about anything as well. As always, Successful Global on all social media platforms. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next week
For Covert Coaching.
Covert Coaching.
Thanks a lot.
Roger on Union 121. 34, 1 to 34, come in. 4, you're in route to the battery, suspect 318 East 3rd Street.